Hello and good morning to all of you. Uh, am I audible? And the screen is visible to all of you? Okay, good. So still the strength is very low. Any specific reason? Okay, this is a very sad news. Most people are traveling to their homes, everybody moving from hostels. Okay. This was the unfortunate situation here, so which no one can predict here. But as per the rule here, if you people want here, you can stay in the campus here. So one question related to the end semester exam here. So I think it will be based on our earlier discussion here, where we are planning to go for interim evaluation in the online mode here. So this situation is going to be highly likely, and we will do that. Okay, let us get the confirmation from the higher authorities here. So once they will confirm here, then we will comment on it. Okay. For time being, let's focus more on the today's last class here. Okay. Is there anything specific inputs excluding this hostel vacations here? Anything else? Nope. So all of you are planning to go to respective homes. Okay. So at the previous few classes here, we were having discussion related to the few problem here, which we related regarding which we theoretical aspects we have discussed earlier here. And this today's class is also based on the same pattern. So where we are going to discuss few things which are uh, very important here from the numerical point of view here. So we will discuss those things here. And once we'll complete the discussion here, we will close the today's session here, as well as the this semester, this subject last class also. So this is binary communication channel shown in figure here. So binary communication channel, once we talk here, this is the communication channel where we generally use to transmit 0 and 1s here. The bits which we are referring here for the transmission is 0 and 1 here. Okay. So based on that, we are trying to solve some of the problems which are related to the communication channels here. So if you see the next line here, so next line talk about few things which are related to the behavior of the channel here. Behavior means let xy be a bivariate random variable, first thing. Okay. Then where x is the input to the channel and y is the output of the channel, means corresponding to given x there will be some corresponding y here as the output here, or you can say the corresponding to given input x there will be some output y here. And after that there are few conditions is given. Let p x is equal to 0 is equal to 0.5, p y is equal to 1 corresponding to given x equal to 0, means here p y is equal to 1 corresponding to x is equal to 0, means your input is 0 and corresponding to that 0 you are getting output y is equal to 1, it is 0.1 here. Then vice versa you can say here corresponding to the probability y is equal to 0 corresponding to the given input x is equal to 0 will be 1 minus 0.1 here. This will be 0.9 here. On the similar argument, we could put forth here for the last here. Probability y is equal to 0. I think this is typo here, 0, 1. So this will corresponding probability 0 corresponding given x is equal to 1. Means once I am transmitting x is equal to 1 here at the input terminals here. So we are getting an output y is equal to 0 here. Okay. So this the probability is corresponding to the 0.2 here. So these are related to the error aspects here. Okay. So now we need to find out based on this given information, we need to find the joint PMFs of x and y here. Okay. So this is something is given. Based on that, it is asked here to find few more things here. So first, as it is asked here to find the joint PMFs of x and y here. To find out the joint PMFs, we need to calculate the other associated probabilities values to here. So how we can calculate here? Just using the complementary function properties here. So we could find here corresponding to at the source end, the summation value of their probability will be 1 here. Okay. So a probability of a transmission x is equal to 0 is 0.5 means probability of transmission x is equal to 1 will be 1 minus px is equal to 0 here. Did you get the point here? Because at the input end there are only two possibilities here. Okay. So this will be behaving just like a complementary functions here. So corresponding the two input transmission summation probability will be unity, because at the input end here or at the transmitter end here we are just transmitting the 2 bits here, and the summation of their transmission probability will be unity. So transmission probability of 0 plus transmission probability of 1 will be equal to the unity here. And in this case, probability of x is equal to 0 is given, means x is equal to 1 we could find out from here. X equal to 1 is also coming as a 0.5 here. So probability of y is equal to 1 corresponding x is equal to 0 is given 0.1 here. So based on that, probability of y is equal to 0, x is equal to corresponding to x is equal to 0 given here, we could find out it will be 1 minus 0.1 here. That's an 0.9. Similarly, corresponding to the transmission of given x is equal to 1, we could find out y is equal to 1 here. That will be 1 minus 0.2. That's a 0.8 here. Once we have the information about these other associated properties here, we can move here to find out the total probabilities here. So now can you calculate and let me know the joint PMFs? Anyone can try.
Sir, I have calculated, and sir, the joint PMF for P00 I think is 0.45, P
Mm-hmm.
P01 is 0.05,
Mm-hmm.
P10 is 0.1,
Mm-hmm.
and P11 is 0.4.
Okay, it seems correct to me here, based on the probabilities values here. Okay, any other input? So good, Vikal. So okay, I got the one response from Vikalp here. Any other input? No. Okay. So let's check here. What will be the output here? Okay. So once we calculate here, corresponding x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0 here, means corresponding to the transmission of 0 here, what is the associated probability here at the y is equal to 0 here. Okay, so this is what we are looking here to find out here. Okay, so this is the conditional aspects here. So if we take the product of this probability y is equal to 0 corresponding given x equal to 0 into probability of x equal to 0. So these kind of statement probabilities here you have already discussed in case of Bayes theorem here, correct? Here, so in the earlier discussion when we are having, we had talked about the Bayes theorem corresponding to the only one random variable. So now we have expanded the concepts here for the multiple x and y, two joint random variables we are dealing here. So in the Bayes rule here. So using that product here, we could find out 0.9 into 0.5, that will be 0.45. So similar argument we can put forth here, corresponding p x equal to 0, y is equal to 1, x equal to 1, y is equal to 0, and p x equal to 1 and y is equal to 1 here. So the different permutation combination correspond to the given input as well as the possible output here. Because once you are transmitting the 0 here, there will be only two possibility. Output could be 0, output could be 1 here. So that's just find out in the first two condition. Second, corresponding to the given input x is equal to 1, there could be again two possibility, either y is equal to 0 or y is equal to 1 here. So once we have this understanding, then the rest is just simple mathematical multiplications here. So we could calculate the associated probability, and finally we will get this value here 0.45, 0.05, 0.1 and 0.4 here. Okay. So now once we have, then we can go for their joint representation here. So joint representation. So for this p x equal to 0, y is equal to 0, in the brief abbreviation form, we could write like this: p x y 0, 0.45. And similarly, other associated probability we could write here as a pxy is equal to pxy 01 as a 0.05, pxy 10 as a 0.1, pxy 11 as a 0.4 here. Now the next is calculate the marginal PMFs of x here. What is the value for the B part? Find the marginal PMFs of x and y, both we need to find out. What is the values? Anyone calculated?
Yes, sir. Sir, the value of px0 will be 0.5. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
P, px1 will be 0.5. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
py0 will be 0.55 and
Mm-hmm.
py1 will be 0.45.
Okay, good, good. So how you have calculated?
Sir, by using the above joint PMFs, the two cases in which x is 0, I have added them. In two
Mm-hmm.
cases in which x is 1, I have added them. In two cases in which y is 0, I have added them. And in two cases in which y equals to 1, I have added them.
Okay, good. Okay, this that should be approach here, because you are very much familiar with the continuous domain here. That's why I have kept this problem specifically here, because this is related to the discrete domain here, where in place of integration we need to formulate the summation aspects here. And once we are talking about the marginal PMFs of x here, at that time, if you remember our basic definition, at that time we have emphasized we calculate PMF of x corresponding to a given y here. Okay, so those input, once we are calculating here, if you remember here, then problem will be simplified. Okay, there is nothing, just a mathematical calculation, nothing more. So px here, just calculate y is equal to j, pxy 0 into yj here. Because when x is equal to 0, just the values which we already calculated here earlier discussion, and simply we have to go for the summation. That's it. Once we sum off here, we will get the marginal PMS of X here. Okay. Similarly, once you go for the marginal PMS of Y here, so we need to calculate corresponding to the X is equal to X variation here. Corresponding to the X here, we are deal with the Y variation here. Corresponding to the Y PMF here, we deal with the X variations here. Okay. So Xi here corresponding to that, then it will be corresponding to the input Y is equal to 0 and 1 here. Okay. Corresponding to the 0, first if you see there are two here, one is here and one is here. 0.1 and 0.45, that's 0.55. Rest other summation here, it will give the 0.45. That's it. So did you understand? Okay. So what about the independent nature here? Problem C. Are X and Y independent? Okay, no, 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 no. Okay, good. So few more responses are coming here. Good. So all of you are correct here, because if you are willing to verify this part here, so we have need to perform a simple operations here that says the joint PMF's value will be equal to the product of their marginal PMFs here. That's it here. So if you substitute it here, then we could also see and verify here that this is not coming as a joint PMF here. So that's a 0.45. In case of individual, it is coming as a 0.275 here. So we can conclude it that hence X and Y are not independent here. What about the D part then? Find the mean and variance of X. So how much time it will take to calculate this mean and variance? No one calculated? Surprise. Okay. So one response. What is the formula for the mean here? So in case of mean, once you calculate here, so simply it is X into Px. In case of variance, it is X square and Ps here. means second order difference we calculate here. So based on that, we could calculate the variance values here. Once we have the information about xpx as well as the x square px here, we can calculate the variance values here. Okay, that's the simple. So for the x values here, it is x into px. So corresponding to both the values here, 0 and 1, calculate, multiply with the associated probabilities here. So after that, we will get as a 0.5 here. Once we go for the ex square values here, second order mean, so it will be x square into px. So this part term will be 0, and again 1 square into 0.5, that will be 0.5, which is coming as the same here. Now there's no variance, sigma x square, it is ex square minus ex square here. So ex square value is 0.5 minus mean value, that is ex, that is 0.5 here. So 0.5 square, it will be again 0.5 minus 0.25, so it will be 0.25 here. That's it. So what about the mean invariance of y? What is the mean? Depends. So good. The bouncer has replied here, but I think there is some calculation mistake. They're good. Aditya. Okay, good. So correct response. What about the variance? Okay, let's check here. What are the values? Similarly, the mean and variance of y we could calculate here just using the formula which we have used in case of x here. Good. So Dipanshu is replied correctly now. Good. So EY we could calculate just like x here, where we're performing x into px here. Here it will be yij into py here. That's it. So similarly, corresponding to the associated probability, just take the multiplication here. After the multiplications, we will get 0.45 here. Similarly, corresponding EY square we need in order to calculate the variance here. So yj square into pyj on the similar term. So it will be again coming as a 0.45 here. So variance sigma y square will be ey square minus ey square here. That will 0.45 minus 0.45 square here. Okay. So if you take the multiplication, it will be coming as a 0.45 into 0.55. So it will be 0.2475 here. That's it. This was a simple approach here, simple problem here you need to follow. Okay. So after that, the next question was corresponding to their covariance here. Have anyone tried? No? Just try. Ex and Ey, you have already calculated here. Okay, so you need to just calculate EXY here. Okay, I got the two responses. Good. Three. Okay, so let's check the answer here. So EXY we need to calculate. EXY once to calculate here, this is simple multiplication corresponding to their product values here. So out of the x and y, we can see there's two values are here. One is x is equal to 0, y is equal to 1 here. So all the permutation combination if we take here, so we'll get the only one case when the both 1 1 will come here. So corresponding to that 1 1 case, we will get the finite value. Rest of the time, terms value will be 0. So EXY value will get as a 0.4. Once we have this value, we need to simply substitute it in this covariance expression here. Covariance x and y will equal to the EXY minus EX into EY here. We just simply substitute the values, you will get 0.175 here. Okay. Last, the correlation coefficient if you want to calculate here, rho xy, that's covariance x and y, we just calculated divided by the individual variance sigma x, sigma y, just we have calculated in the previous two calculation here. So now simply substitute the values here. After that, we will get the final answer here. So this will be coming as a 0.704 as a final answer response here. This is another example here. Let xy be. Does the previous problem is clear to all of you? Okay, good. So now solve this problem here. This is a simple problem here, and this problem or this PDF functions we already deal here in our previous discussion here. Now we are trying to find out few more things here on top of it. So let xy be the bivariate random variable fxy xy is equal to k. So you can see here. You from here, there's a this is a constant functions here, and it shows the variation with some condition here where y is varying from 0 to x and x is varying from y to 1 here. I hope you remember this problem here when we solved in the earlier time here. So in order to calculate the conditional mean here we need to find out their associated conditional probability densities functions here. And in the earlier discussion, we have already calculated their associated conditional probability density function values here. Okay, so we can use those values straightforward here. So those who have solved here, they may recall it. Okay, so any response? Okay, good. Okay, I got the two responses here. So let's check to what level they're correct. So again, I am repeating here, just in the last time I also emphasized here, when you are substituting the range here, integration range here, at that time you have to be very careful, because the y which is varying here, it is not 0 to 1 here. It is varying from 0 to x. You should take care. And once you are considering corresponding x here, this x variation is from y to 1 here, not from 0 to 1. Any hints? Anyone? Okay. Let's see then. Remove. So corresponding to the conditional probability density functions here, as we are looking to find out the conditional means here, E, E expectation value of y corresponding to a given x, and expectation values of x corresponding to a given y here. So we need to find out first their conditional associated probability density functions here. Here, so probability density function of y for a given x here will be is equal to the 1 by x here, and for in case of probability density function of x corresponding to given y is equal to 1 upon 1 minus y here. So if you remember the limit aspects here, so how you need to substitute the limit here, you will get these answers here. If you commit a mistake in substitution of the limit here, you are never going to get these answers here. So once we have this information, rest is just simple multiplication. In case of conditional mean of y here, e y of x, this is equal to y into the conditional probability density function of f corresponding to the given uh, uh, c- probability density function of y corresponding to the given x here into dy here. So what is the value for this term? It is given as a 1 by x here. And what is the limit I am substituting corresponding to y variation? Y is varying from 0 to x. That's why I was trying to point here. Okay. Once we have this limit calculation correct here, and you have calculated the functional values correctly here, then rest is integration. So just substitute the values here. You will get y square to x, y square to x, y square to 0, and ultimately you will get x is equal to 2. X by 2. Similarly, we can move ahead for calculation conditional mean of x given y is equal to y here. So in this case, the limit of x once I substitute here, it will be not from 0 to 1, it will be from y to 1 here. Okay. So the conditional PDF we have already calculated. Conditional PDF x for a given y. So x into the value substitute into dx here, limit you have put correctly and calculated, it will be 1 plus y by 2 here. Once we have calculated these terms here, then we can go for some other calculation here corresponding with the variance of y here. So variance of y we need to calculate here. So what is the information we have with us that is sufficient here for us to go ahead. Okay, variance of y corresponding to given x, we can substitute it here the function values. Rest is the integration. It is coming as square by 2. Similarly, corresponding to the y values here, or you can say variance of x for a given y values here, we calculate here variance of x for a given y. Substitute the values here, solve it, you will get the term values here finally. It will coming 1 minus y square by 12 here. So this problem was slightly tricky compared to the previous here which you have solved here. And the trick was related to their substitution of their integration limit here. So in the last time when we have calculated here this problem, again many of you confused with the limits here. Again many of you committed the same mistake here. So my input is, once your some variation is given that is dependent here, so you should be very careful once you are substituting the limit values here. Okay, this is not so straightforward. You need to look what is the dependency relation among them here. So based on that you can substitute it. I will share these slides to you all here, so you can have this slide with you, so you can have further practice here of similar type problems here. Now this is the last problem here for our discussion. In this problem, its beauty is because now we have just simply extended. In the previous case our discussion was it was only two variable here, so we have just extended the concepts here with the simplest approach. Okay, so where we are talking about the trivariate functions here. Trivariate function is related to the x, y, and z. Previous discussion we are talking about the x and y. Now we are stress is to the x, y, and z, all the three here. So fx, y, z is equal to the k e power minus ax plus by plus cz here, where x is greater than 0, y is greater than 0, and z is greater than 0 here, where a, b, c is greater than 0 and k are constants here. So first state determine the value of k. So what will be our approach for the a case here? So you should be slightly careful because we have moved from 2 to 3. So you need to remember when we have switched here or moved from the one random variable to the two random variables here. What was the changes in their associated probability of PDF functions here? Okay. So now you need to apply the fundamental property of the PDF functions here, and then you can find out very easily. So what will be the value of k?
Sir, can K be in terms of A, B, and C?
Yes, that's a given. They are the constant values.
It's coming A, B, C.
Yes, that's correct. Because as a problem statement, it has been asked to find out the value of k. Okay, and it's already given. That's the constant. All of them are constant here. So if k we are calculating, it need to be also constant here. So this k constant is a product of three more constants here. That's its ABC here. So idea is very simple. to calculate this value of k here, we need to equate this function here with our conventional PDF function properties, where we have observed the integration of PDF function will give us the value unity here in the entire domain space here. So using that property, we have just simply gone for a integration. That's it. For all the integration minus infinity and infinity, we need to substitute it here, and corresponding to that, we will see that all the values are corresponding to the x equal to 0, y is equal to 0, and z is equal to 0. So all the limits will be revised from 0 to infinity, and the function value is k into e power minus ax plus by plus cz here. So we can break it into the three different integration here. So from there, once we solve it here, corresponding to each integration, I will get 1 by a, 1 by b, and 1 by c here. Here, so ultimately it will be k by abc, and this needs to be equal to the 1 here. So this value will be calculated of k from here, and finally we'll get k is equal to abc. That's it. Now find the marginal joint PDF of x and y. So here the trick is marginal joint PDF of x and y. I'm talking here. So means jointly, collectively I need to find out here. So out of the three variable x and y here, when we are dealing here, corresponding to the x, we are calculating integration. If you remember, we integrate with respect to the y here, corresponding to the y with respect, we calculate the x here. So once it is asked here, the marginal joint PDF for x and y, what have been the left here from the set?
Z.
Yes, good. So out of the x and y, z here, if you already taken x and y, so what I have been left here, it is the only z here. So once you go for the joint PDF of x and y here, fxy into xy and equal to the integration minus infinity to infinity, that's the dz product integration limit here, and corresponding to the function fxyz into xyz here. How we are able to calculate it? Because if you remember, when we calculate the marginal PDF functions here, so this is the formula we have derived from the marginal PDF function properties here. Because in case of marginal PDF, if you remember, we have discussed that the marginal PDF could be calculated from the joint PDFs here. The same things we are just putting here in case of multiple functions here. So the value of k is already calculated, is known to us here. If x, y, z, x, y, z, dz here, this is abc 0 to x equal minus ax plus by plus cz into dz here. Okay. Once we have this information, so out of this integration, there is only differentiation with respect to dz here. So rest of the term, you could take it out straightforward here. And once you calculate this term here, so you will get 1 by c from here. It's 1 by c. So from abc, the c will be cancelled. So finally, we will get ab into e power minus ax plus by. Correct? Here. So once we have the information about the joint PDF here. Now the next is asked here corresponding to the calculation of find the marginal PDF of x here, r, x, y, and z independent. Third last questions here. And C question, find the marginal PDF of x here. Once we are calculating the marginal PDF of x here, now there's two approaches. We have already information about the fxy, xy here. So from here, I could use this property fxy. So it will be integration values. Just substitute the function value into dy function. That's it. Corresponding to the marginal PDF of y here, x here. Or I can use the joint PDF values of all the three variable. I need to go for the second order of integration here, and corresponding to the multiple value x, y, z. If I am dealing with the x here, then the integration will be with respect to the y and z. There's a simple logic here. What we have applied in case of 1 to 2 here, just remember the fundamentals here. How we have switched from 1 to 2 here, how we are calculating the marginal in case of two random variables. Just you have to extend that concept here in case of multiple. That's it. So here there's two possibility from one from the joint PDF of XYZ you can calculate here, or we have already calculated XY here. So here integration minus infinity infinity fxy xy into dy. You can substitute it here and you can find out here. Okay. So you calculate it will be a into e power minus ax here. So I got the one response from the Dipanshu only. Okay, no one responded. So only one student is solving here. So rest of them are busy in the traveling mode. Okay. So similarly, we can obtain D part here if you need to verify F5Y, because ultimately we need to prove they are independent or not here.
They are
Okay.
independent, sir.
Yes. So for the independent, I need to calculate the marginal PDF functions here. So corresponding X we already find out. So we need to perform the similar operation for the Y and Z here. So F5 we can find out with the same logic, and then we need to go for the FZ here using the same approach here. Once we have the margin PDF with respect to the X, Y and Z here, now simply I need to put the values and check here. Does the product of these marginal PDF is equal to the joint PDF or not? As we can see from their associated product values here, these are coming as exactly equal here. So we could conclude that the X, Y, Z random variables are independent functions here. Okay. So this was the all related to our discussion, which I need to carry here in this course here related to the syllabus defined here. Yes, so this is all from my side to all of you here. Yes, so most of the components evaluation already been performed here. Just a final evaluation is left here. So still in the discussion, what will be the modality here? Once the modality is confirmed to us here, so I will intimate you with some time period here. A few days time I will give to you here. So for the preparation, and then we will go for the final evaluation here. So meanwhile, you people can start preparing yourself for the final exam here. Just solve few of the practice, revise the concepts which you had discussed earlier here, so that it will help you to gain get the good marks here. Okay. And how was the quiz of yesterday? Okay. So the time was less here. This I agree with all of you here. This time is less here, but there is some other foundation online mode here. So if the same quiz is in perform in the physical mode here, so then I can provide more time here. So online mode, there are cheating and other things here. Uh, so there is suggestion here. We have to give the less time here. So from my side, still I am bounded here to give this that much amount of time here. So I cannot provide the flexibility on that front, but you can manage the time here. Once you have the more practice of similar kind of question here, you can solve it more quickly here. So that will be my submission on your questions here. Okay. So any question query related to the questions or syllabus here, you may ask here. So in case if you have any doubt here, so you can drop a mail to me here on my email ID. I will be available here. So whenever I get the time to see the mails here, definitely I will try to reply them here. Okay. Or moreover, this is my number. So this is my number to all of you. If anyone has any doubt or any queries here, you may have discussed here during the office time here. At that time, if I'm not in the meeting or some other activities here, definitely I will try to answer your questions here.
Sir,
Okay. Yes.
sir, what if we have missed one of the quiz, like which was in January?
So if you miss the train here, so then what you can do?
No, sir, like that time I was traveling somewhere, so I was not able to attend that quiz.
Yes, but this is the our regular class time, na? So the regular time, class time, something is happening here. So it is supposed to be for all of you that you all are present during that time here. Okay? So if anyone
Okay, sir.
missed here, then you missed it, बेटा. अब इसमें कुछ नहीं कर सकता मैं. ठीक है?
Okay, sir.
And after that, a very important message to all of you here from my side, as you all are in the first years here, and many of you come to the campus here. Then, as all of you are mature enough here to understand what is called the term as the ragging here. Okay, so there is the Supreme Court guidelines as well as the institute guidelines to here follow, and as well as the UGC guidelines, which is the higher educations for higher education they used to provide the regulations here. So everywhere this kinds of activities are prohibited here, and if any case any one of you, either he or she, or feel here that in any form you are part of the this ragging activities here, just immediately inform me. I'm telling you, not as an instructor here, but as a official member of the anti-ragging squad of this institute here. Okay, I am the head of the anti-ragging squad of this Triple IT in Raipur here. So in any form, at any place here, after arrival here in the campus here by some of the senior or any persons here, at, at any stage you feel uncomfortable here, just immediately inform to me here. So my number is with all of you here. Okay. So complete anonymity will be maintained here. So your identity is never going to be revealed to anyone. I can promise to all of you here. Okay. ऐसा नहीं है कि आप कुछ कहेंगे तो सर उसको नहीं समझेंगे, ठीक है, आपकी आइडेंटिटी बाहर आएगी, नहीं. यू नीड नॉट टू वरीड अबाउट योर आइडेंटिटी. अगर आपके साथ नहीं हो रहा है कि आपके किसी कलीग के साथ है, इफ एनी वन ऑफ योर फ्रेंड is facing this kinds of problem, it is in your information here, just inform me. Okay, this is my humble request to all of you here, because these kinds of activities I personally feel in an academic institution such a high repute should not be allowed here. But once you are coming from your hometown or some other different places here, so it is very difficult for you to manage the first places here, and even these kinds of activities is going to disturb you. Okay, so in any form, suppose in teasing, treating, or someone's handle you with rudeness here, okay, or any physical or psychological harm here. So any form, there is many ways it could be here. It doesn't mean that always it comes with the slap or some physical harm here. Okay, psychologically also part of the ragging. Someone with mental trauma continuously disturbing you here. Okay, so in any form, if you feel, if you have the problem here, or someone is disturbing you, someone is annoying you here, you are all of you are most welcome to my office here in the faculty cabin room on the first floor. You may come. My notice board will be is displayed here. So every faculty name is already there. My Kevin also, my name is there here, or you may contact to me on my email ID or my phone numbers. I am always reachable here in most of the cases here. Okay. Or if anyone have feel any activities here or have any information regarding such kinds of activity, just intimate me. So all of you understand my point here?